the rights that I explained to you that apply to a guilty plea also apply to a no contest plea.
Yes, sir.
A no contest plea means, and I would review the police report, it basically means that you are not contesting.
A defendant walks into court facing a second offense for operating while intoxicated, but instead of pleading guilty, he enters a no contest plea. That means he's not admitting guilt, but he's also not fighting the evidence. The judge warns him that the court will treat the plea the same as a guilty plea during sentencing. But here's the question: if someone chooses not to fight the charge, should the court assume responsibility anyway? Under Michigan Court Rule 6.302, judges must ensure the defendant understands the consequences before accepting a plea.
Or desirous of contesting this charge. You understand that, sir? And that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have any questions regarding that? So to that charge of operating while intoxicated second offense, how do you plead, sir?
No contest.
All right. I think I have. The court has been provided and has reviewed Pittsfield Township Department of Public Safety for their case number 24-1813. Any objection to the court having reviewed that report?
No objection from the defense, Judge.
Based upon a review of that report and with a stipulation to the prior offense, the court finds that there's a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of this offense. Sir, I do have to advise you that if between the time of my acceptance of your plea and the time of sentencing, that if you commit misconduct as defined by the Michigan court rules, the court would not, you would not be able to withdraw your plea, and the court would not be bound by any sentence recommendation or evaluation. You understand that, sir? Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements that have led to this plea?
Defense is aware of none, Judge.
All right. And have I complied with the court rule?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of no contest. Change my paperwork here to this charge. Pre-sentence investigation and evaluation. You were set, you've already been to the sobriety court and everything.
Yes, sir.
So I will just set your sentencing in this matter to the 25th, right?
Yes, sir.
February 25th, 2026 at 12 noon. 12 noon. And the sobriety court is probably the next day. Okay.
If you want to call me if you have any questions, all right? I just stopped down the probation down the hall.
Okay.
Okay.
Court calls case People versus Gene Miller.
Ready, Judge.
Conrad Silver on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Court shall feature Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. James Miller, who is approaching. State your name for the record when you arrive.
Sir.
Thank you, Judge. I did talk to Mr. Miller. He is requesting a little bit more time. This is his first pretrial. Ask for an adjournment.
Without objection, I'll adjourn it to March 18th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Take care.
Court calls case of the People versus Clarence Benson.
Conrad Silver on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Ready, Judge. Court shall feature Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Clarence Benson, who should be on Zoom.
Yes, Mr. Benson, can you state your name?
Clarence Benson.
All right.
The charge here is operating while intoxicated second offense, which falls under Michigan Compiled Laws Section 257.625. A second OWI conviction can bring serious penalties, including jail time and license restrictions. But if a defendant claims a lack of memory about the incident yet still pleads no contest, should the court treat that the same as admitting guilt?
Judge, I believe this might be a plea. Is there a?
Yes, I do have you have a plea form indicating that he's going to plead to allowing an eligible person to operate a motor vehicle. The 90-day offense upon that charge, count one would be dismissed. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge. Ours as well.
I do need a signature from you, counsel.
May I approach?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge. Okay.
All right. Sir, if you could please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
All right, state your name again for the record.
Clarence Blissen.
All right, sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of allowing an eligible person to operate a motor vehicle. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days incarceration, $100 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yes.
Any question regarding any of those rights?
No question.
All right, I'd ask you to look at paragraph 5 on that form. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand you're giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form?
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
Probation.
All right, were you on probation at the time of this offense in April?
No, it wasn't.
All right. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yeah.
And also because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes.
April 24th, 2025, at the location of Packard Road in Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan. Did you have custody or control of a motor vehicle?
Yes.
Did you allow someone, maybe inclusive of yourself, who was otherwise ineligible to operate that motor vehicle?
Yes.
All right. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have, Judge.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Sir, anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
No.
Fines and costs of $250. I'll suspend 90 days in jail. When can you get that paid, sir?
About 30 days.
Paid by March 31st.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Judge.
Court calls the case People versus D'Antoni Cummings.
On behalf of this township.
Attorney Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Dan Tonique Cummings. Your Honor, is this the file we called earlier today?
I don't think so. Did I?
No, that was a different company.
That was a
Okay.
different
All
company.
right.
That was D'Amico company.
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay.
Got confused. I don't believe there is a Dan Tonique Cummings here in the courtroom, Judge. For the record, I request an adjournment, but I do not know whether or not present.
Bench warrant will issue bond 5,000, 10%. That warrant will issue immediately. Thank you. Court calls the case People versus Caitlin Davidson.
Conrad Solar on behalf of the township.
Attorney Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Ms. Davidson.
I think she's on Zoom. There she is.
Hello, Caitlin.
All right, there she is.
Thank you, Judge. I think we'll be requesting an adjournment on this file and ask Ms. Davidson to contact our office after court, should the court grant that.
Did you hear that, Ms. Davidson?
I did not. What did he say?
He needs you to contact the public defender's office because they don't have good contact information for you, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to adjourn your case out. Do you have their number?
I do.
All right. I'm going to adjourn it to March 18th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right? Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you, Judge.
Court calls the case, People versus Evan DeCussin.
Conrad Solar on behalf of the township.
Ready, Judge, Torshell Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. DeCossin. Mr. DeCossin, please state your name for the record. Evan DeCossin.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, perhaps your file has a plea sheet in that already? It's not?
Don't have it.
Oh, okay. If you don't mind, Judge. Do the advice rights. Is there not, is there advice rights in the file? At least. I'm sorry.
No.
The note said there was. Oh, thank you. Dated
Uh, 18.
2010. Apology for the delay, Judge. No, indicate they were in the file. I apologize.
Plea form indicates that the defendant would be pleading no contest to the charge of operating while visibly impaired, 93-day offense. Upon a successful plea to that charge, count one would be dismissed. That is the court's full understanding of the agreement.
Thank you, Judge. I believe that's the whole agreement.
That is your.
May I have him sworn?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give? The nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
State your name, please.
Evan DeCosta.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading no contest to the charge of operating while visibly impaired. Now, that is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail, up to a $300 fine plus court cost. The court could also order community service and any rehabilitative services the court deems necessary. The court could order your vehicle immobilized. Court order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services. You understand all of that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what a no contest plea is?
Yes.
All right, two things about it I have to make sure that you understand. The first thing is it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest this charge. You understand that?
Correct.
The second thing is that for purposes of sentencing, the court's going to treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. Basis for the no contest plea?
Thank you, Judge. Lack of recollection.
All right. So, sir, to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
Now, you understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Correct.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct? Any question regarding any of those rights?
No, sir.
Look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand by pleading no contest, you're giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Correct.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Correct.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today to get you to plead?
No, sir.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Indeed.
Pardon?
Yes.
And of your own free will?
Correct.
Court has been provided, has reviewed and has been provided Pittsfield Township Department of Public Safety report for their case 25-20066. Any objection to the court having reviewed that report?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
Based upon a review of that report, the court does find that there's a significant factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of this charge. Counsel? Have I? Well, I won't ask that yet. Sir, I do have to advise you that if you commit misconduct between the time that I accept your plea and the time of sentencing, that's as defined under the Michigan court rules, you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea, and the court would not be bound by any sentence evaluation or recommendation. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right. Counsel, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
No, Your Honor.
It's all on the record, Judge.
All right. And have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
You have complied.
You have, Judge.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of no contest to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Defendants referred to Von Swartz for alcohol screening and assessment and the victim's impact panel. Sentencing in this matter will be March 25th, 2026, 12 noon.
12 o'clock.
All right. Bond will continue
Thank you,
with its
Judge.
conditions. Thank you. Calls cases, People versus Caitlin. Is it Francoeur?
It's still at Pittsfield Township.
Brian Bowling on behalf of Ms. Francoeur, judge, who hopefully should be on Zoom.
Hospital. I got an email to the night.
Not checked in.
Okay. Yeah, oh, that's right. She's the young lady she's in the hospital, judge.
She is.
She is.
She's postpartum. 8 weeks before she's released according to the email.
Postpartum, at least 8 weeks before she's released, according to the email that we received, Your Honor.
Recently. Received.
Yeah, I think yesterday or maybe earlier.
All right. What I'll do is I'll adjourn it out 30 days to the 18th, and then we'll go from there once we
Perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
adjourn to the 18th, 9 a.m. Bond continue. Court calls case People versus Zane Franklin.
Henry Silver on behalf of Peaceville Township.
Ready, Judge. Attorney Feast, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Franklin, who's approaching. Please state your name when you arrive. Thank you. I believe, I just speak to Ms. Franklin. We are requesting a brief adjournment to determine how she wants to proceed, Your Honor.
March 4th, 2026, 9 a.m. On continue.
All right, thank you. Give us a call.
Court calls case People versus Armand Gavins.
Henry Silver on behalf of Peaceville Township.
Ready, Judge Torshow Feaster, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Gavins, who is approaching. Excuse me. Please state your name when you arrive. Thank you, Judge. Mr. Gavins has secured a valid license, and I believe to have it in your pocket. And I believe today he'll be entering a plea to double parking.
That's correct, Your Honor. You had come to double parking and to accept that admission, move to dismiss the original charge.
Third, you admit responsibility to the fact that on July 5th, 2025, at the location of Ellsworth Road in Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, that you did double park a motor vehicle.
Yes.
All right, court will accept that admission to count two. Count one is dismissed. Fines and cost of $180. When can you get that paid?
How long?
Today.
Today.
Pardon?
Today, Judge.
Today? Thank you. Pay that today, and then you're all set. All right, take care.
I'll let you know. You paid the window
Court
off.
calls the cases of the People versus Malcolm Hanks.
Henry Silver on behalf of Peaceville Township.
Ready, Judge Torshow Feaster, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Malcolm Hanks, who is approaching. When you arrive at the podium, please state your name for the record.
Malcolm Hanks.
Thank you, Judge. I spoke to Mr. Hanks. He thought he had a valid license, but it is not yet valid. I checked with your staff. He did pay the $1,400 to take the road test, but he apparently has one more fine to pay. So he's asking for a brief adjournment to pay the last.
How
fine.
soon can you get that?
Monday.
Huh?
Monday.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
March 4th, 2026, 9 a.m. Bond will continue in these matters. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
If you need.
Court calls the case People versus Frank Hearn Jr.
Henry Silver on behalf of Peaceville Township.
Mr. Conklin from the waiting room right now.
Okay.
Kind of slow.
He's what?
Curious. To be advised.
Court recalls the case People versus Frank Hearn Jr.
Henry Silver on behalf of Peaceville Township.
Brian Bowling on behalf of Mr. Hearn.
Can you unmute and state your name, Mr. Hearn?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, Frank Hearn Jr.
Thank you.
Judge, I'm asking for an adjournment to allow Mr. Hearn to continue working on the Secretary of State appeal process for his license.
Adjourned to March 18th, 2026, 9 a.m. That's the last adjournment.
Fair enough. Thank you, Your Honor. We'll be in touch, Mr. Hearn.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Court calls the case People versus Ashley Keithley.
Henry Silver on behalf of Peaceville Township.
Torshow Feaster, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Ashley Keithley. Your Honor, I've caught the name here in the courtroom. I do not see anyone answering that name. I don't know if she's on Zoom, but if she is not, I will be asking for an adjournment, Your Honor.
She's not on Zoom. Bench warrant, 5,000, 10%. Warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you, Judge.
In another moment, a defendant pleads guilty to allowing an ineligible person to operate a vehicle, a violation under Michigan Compiled Laws Section 257.326. This law makes it illegal to let someone drive if they're not legally allowed to. But should the responsibility fall entirely on the vehicle owner, or should courts also consider the driver's actions?
Court calls case People versus Bisola Lambo.
Henry Silver on behalf of Peaceville Township.
Brian Bowling on behalf of Ms. Lambo. You state your name for the record?
Basola Lambo.
Your Honor, she's also working to get a Secretary of State application or appeal filed. So if we could get a adjourned pretrial date.
March 18th, 2026, 9 a.m. On continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of People versus Justin Mosier.
Henry on behalf of the township.
Brian Bowling on behalf of Mr. Mosier. Justin, can you state your name for the record?
Justin Moser.
Judge, we had some discussions with Mr. Schiller today about resolution of these matters. We need a little more time. So if the court could give us a pretrial day, adjourned pretrial day, that would be appreciated.
March 18th, 2026, 9 a.m. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Honor. We'll give you a call. Right, thanks.
Court calls case people versus Tasha Shiner.
On behalf of the township.
Brian Bowling on behalf of Ms. Shiner, Your Honor. I do not have an explanation for her whereabouts, Your Honor. We weren't able to get in touch with her before today.
Says the bond violation was, this was,
Yeah, there's an indication that she was in Alpena County, Your Honor, but it seems like I wasn't able to find any
Okay.
record of her being anywhere in custody.
well, she came here in February, on February 10th, got released February 11th. And community corrections says she's not in custody.
That's correct, Judge. Yeah, so unfortunately, we were unable to reach her. I don't, like I said, I don't see any record of her being in custody anywhere within the state of Michigan. I'd ask the court to consider setting it for, or to adjourning it for a pretrial, but obviously I'll leave that to your discretion, Judge.
Bench warrant, $5,000, 10%. That warrant will issue immediately. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case people versus Gabriel Neely.
On behalf of the township.
Brian Bowling on behalf of Ms. Neely.
Gabrielle Neely.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we have a resolution. Ms. Neely would like to plead responsible to double parking in this
He
matter.
does have a restricted license, Your Honor, so I will count 2 double parking. Of course, you accept that admission to restricted charge.
Neely, do you admit responsibility to the fact that January 8, 2026, location of Carpenter Road in Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, that you double parked the motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Court will accept that admission to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Fines and costs of $180. When do you think you can get that paid?
Today.
Thank you. Pay that today, then you're all set, young lady.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case people versus Daniel Oliver.
Court shall seek the assistant public defender on behalf of. Oh,
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
thank you, Judge. I believe we have a resolution to the file. I believe Mr. Sewell. It's just, sorry, what I was.
Filling out the sheet right now.
What are we doing?
By the end of the hearing, the judge accepts multiple pleas, dismisses certain charges, and even issues bench warrants for defendants who failed to appear in court. Courts have the authority to issue those warrants under Michigan Court Rule 6.102 and related procedural rules when someone skips a required hearing. But it raises an important question: are these courtroom procedures truly protecting justice, or do they sometimes pressure defendants into quick pleas just to move cases along? What do you think? Did the judge handle these cases fairly under the law, or should the system slow down and look deeper at each situation?
He's going to plead guilty to count 2 of MCL 2574326.
Allowing as a driver to operate a motor vehicle, and then count 1 would be dismissed.
Correct.
May I have him sworn?
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
State your name, please.
Daniel Oliver.